In this lecture, we will talk about how to solve equations with inverse trigonometric expressions involved. Okay? And here we want exact value, not approximate value. It's very hard at the beginning that you don't know where you should start. Okay? So, let's look at something right here first. We know arc cosine x is always stands for angle. Angle we like to use alpha, beta, gamma, to represent that. Then cosine alpha is actually x. Okay? We know cosine alpha is x. X is actually what? X is actually x over 1. Everyone knows that. Why do I need to put a 1 over there? Look. If you look at this triangle, and if you put alpha here, and here is x, the hypotenuse will be 1, then you know what? You know adjacent over hypotenuse is cosine alpha. And how long is this side? This side. How long? Then we know we have a question mark squared plus x squared is 1 squared. That's why Pythagorean theorem. Okay? Now, both sides, let me write in black, squared plus x squared is 1 squared. Now, we subtract x squared on both sides. What we get will be, of course, these two will be cancelled. Okay? So, then question mark squared is 1 minus x squared. So, then what? Then you will have a question mark is radical 1 minus x squared. Okay? So from here, what can we get? We can actually find out sine alpha. Okay? Yeah, we have a cosine alpha is x. Then sine alpha is radical 1 minus x squared. Opposite side of alpha over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 1, so we don't need to write it. Okay? Yeah, this is very important one. Sine alpha is radical 1 minus x squared. Alpha is the one we actually introduced. It's the angle we actually introduced. It's basically we say what? We say this is alpha. You see? Like that. Okay? You may say, hey, do we need to do something with that? Yeah, there is a way, we can do that, but I don't really need to do that. Let me show you how to solve this one. First, I like to do is both sides subtract arc cosine x. Okay, arc cosine x. You may write arc cosine alpha. You may write just subtract alpha, okay? Because alpha is what? Is arc cosine x. Alright. So, then what do we have? We then have a arc sine 3x equals pi minus, yeah, you may write this one as alpha, okay? You may write alpha. Let me write alpha, huh? Because we know that this is basically alpha, this one, okay? Okay, so you subtract cosine x means you subtract alpha. All right, you may write alpha here. That's fine. All right, now here is the technique. I want to do is I choose sine on both sides. Sine on both sides. And then I'll have sine arcsine, so it's like the consolation. Negative, negative is positive. Basically, what you get is what? Sine arcsine, that's directly 3x. Okay? Yeah, if you choose sine, here is arcsine, it's like they cancelled. But you know, you cannot really say in that way. Now, right hand side is sine pi over 6 minus alpha. This is one angle minus another. If you remember the formula, sine one angle minus another is sine cosine cosine sine. And here is subtraction, so here is subtraction. The first angle, pi over 6, pi over 6. Second angle is alpha, and then alpha. Okay. All right. Now, look, what do we get? What we get here is sine pi over 6 is pi sine 30 degrees, which is 1/2. Cosine alpha is x. See that? That's x. Easy, 1/2 x out. And then cosine pi over 6 is radical 3 over 2. Sine alpha is right here. Okay, that's radical 1 minus x squared. And then equals 3x. See, 3x, they're equal. Okay, now up to this far, it looks easy now, So we subtract 1/2 x on both sides. So we subtract 1/2 x on both sides. Here is 3x, negative 1/2 x. How you are going to do that? You want to times 2 upstairs, 2 downstairs. Okay, and then you get denominator, both are 2. So 2 times 3 is 6 minus 1, so you then have what? You then have is negative, Do you have a negative? Let's see, You then have a negative, yes. Negative 5 over 2 times x on the left. Okay. And then this negative radical 3 over 2 negative is 1 minus x squared. Okay. Yeah, so it's like that, You want to make sure the steps are correct. Oh, here is positive. You see, 2 times 6 is positive, and then here is negative. So here's positive. Yeah. All right. Now, and then you can do is both sides choose what? Choose squared. Okay, before you choose squared, you may do is times 2 first. okay? Times 2 first. If you times 2, these 2 cancel these 2. These 2 cancel these 2. Alright? So then what you have will be 5x equals negative radical 3 radical 1 minus x squared. Okay? Now if you choose square on both sides, you choose square on both sides, you then have will be 5 squared is 25, x squared is just x squared. Negative radical 3 squared is positive 3. Okay, so basically is 3. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times negative x squared is that. Okay, yeah. So you see again, negative radical 3 squared is just negative disappeared. Okay, so it's like 3 times 1. Okay, distributive property. Okay, yeah, because there is a square, so this negative sign disappeared. And then 3 times 1 is 1. 3 times negative x squared is 3 negative x squared. Alright, keep going. Now you then have what? Plus 3x on both sides, 3x squared on both sides. You can then cancel these 2. Okay, so what do we get? We then get is 28x squared equals 3. Up to this file, probably you don't need me anymore, huh? But you know, I will solve it for you. Divided by 28. So you then cancel 28. Now you can have x squared is 3 over 28. Okay, and then you can choose the square root. So x is positive negative radical 3 over 28 is 4 times 7, huh? Okay, 4 times 7. Now the reason I do that is because multiplied by 7 upstairs and downstairs, you know, then I know what? I know down here we then have the answer will be positive negative. Upstairs is radical 27. Downstairs 4, 7 squared. So it's like 4 you get out is 2. 7 you have a square, you get out is 7. So 2 times 7 is 14. Huh? Now, here we want to do is that I have to tell you want to drop positive. You may say, why you want to do that? That means the final answer I have to give to you first, and then I explain to you. That's negative radical 21 over 14. Alright? Move up a little bit. Okay, why is that? You have to drop positive. Look right here. Look right here, the black number. If you put positive x here, left hand side is positive, right hand side is negative. You won't get it right. If you put negative number here, negative left hand side is negative, and the right hand side is also negative. So here x equals negative radical 21 over 14 is the final answer. Okay? I'll see you next time.